The Hajj is a pilgrimage to Mecca. It is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Every Muslim who is able must perform it at least once in their lifetime. This journey is a physical and spiritual journey. It commemorates the trials of the Prophet Abraham and his family. Muslims believe that Abraham was commanded by God to leave his wife Hagar and their son Ishmael in the desert. Hagar searched desperately for water for her son. She ran between the hills of Safa and Marwa. Eventually God answered her prayers. He provided a spring of water known as the Zamzam well. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Whoever performs Hajj for the sake of Allah and does not utter any obscene speech or do any evil deed will go back as his mother bore him." He also said, "Hajj is Arafat. If Arafat is missed, then the whole Hajj is missed." The Prophet emphasized the importance of performing the rituals with sincerity and devotion. To truly understand the Hajj, one must look to the example of the Prophet Muhammad. His own pilgrimage serves as a model for all Muslims. His actions and teachings provide a framework for this sacred journey. Detailed accounts of the Prophet's Hajj are found in the Hadith. These narrations offer valuable insights into the rituals and their meanings. By studying the Prophet's example, Muslims can gain a deeper appreciation for the Hajj. Our aim is to shed light on this pivotal event in the Muslim faith. The Prophet said, "Take your Hajj rituals from me." He also stated, "The Hajj is Arafat." These narrations emphasize the significance of following his example. The Prophet Muhammad's Hajj journey began with a deliberate choice of route. He opted for the Ash-Shajara way, a path laden with historical and spiritual significance. This route, starting from Medina, led him towards the holy city of Mecca. The Ash-Shajara route was a symbolic passage into a sacred state of mind. As the Prophet traversed this route, he was leaving behind the mundane world and entering a realm of heightened spirituality. The physical challenges paled in comparison to the spiritual rewards they sought. The Prophet narrated, "The journey of Hajj is not just a physical voyage but a spiritual quest. Each step taken on this path brings one closer to the divine." He continued, "Embrace the hardships, for they purify the soul and elevate the spirit. The desert may be harsh, but it is a teacher of patience and resilience." Remember, the Prophet said, every challenge faced on this journey is a step towards attaining the ultimate spiritual fulfillment. Upon reaching Ash-Shajara, the Prophet would make a stop at the local mosque. This mosque, known as the Mosque of Ash-Shajara, held special meaning for pilgrims. It served as a point of departure, a place to offer prayers and prepare for the sacred rituals ahead. Here the Prophet would perform 2 rakats of prayer. The Prophet said, "The prayer is the key to all goodness." The Prophet's practice of praying at this mosque highlights the importance of mosques as centers of community and spiritual guidance. He also reminded, "The best of places are the mosques, and the worst of places are the markets." This act of worship served as a reminder of the primary purpose of the journey, seeking closeness to God. As the day drew to a close, the Prophet and his companions would reach Dhul Hulayfa. Here they would find a valley offering respite from the day's travel. It was in this blessed valley that the Prophet would spend the night, seeking rest and rejuvenation. Dhul Hulayfa held a special significance for the Prophet. It was here, in the stillness of the night, that he received divine communication in the form of a dream. This dream would further illuminate the path of his pilgrimage. The Prophet shared his dream with his companions, explaining its significance and the guidance it provided for their journey. Inspired by the divine message, the group prepared for the next day's journey with renewed purpose and determination. As the Prophet Muhammad and his companions continued their journey towards Mecca, they traversed the valley of Al-Aqiq. This valley held extraordinary significance in the eyes of the Prophet. It was here that he received a divine message that would shape the course of his pilgrimage. The valley of Al-Aqiq possessed a spiritual aura, its barren landscape whispering tales of ancient prophets and divine encounters. The Prophet's heart must have pounded with anticipation as he received the divine message. This sacred encounter underscores the belief in Islam that God's revelations can occur anywhere, at any moment. The Prophet narrated to his companions, "This valley is blessed, for it is here that I received a message from the Almighty." He continued, "In this very place, the words of God came to me, guiding our path and strengthening our faith. The companions listened with reverence, understanding the profound significance of the Valley of Al-Aqiq in their spiritual journey. The divine message received by the Prophet in the Valley of Al-Aqiq carried specific instructions regarding his pilgrimage. He was commanded by Allah to assume ihram for both Hajj and Umrah. This meant performing both pilgrimages concurrently, a practice known as Hajj al-Quran. By assuming ihram for both, the Prophet demonstrated complete submission to God's will. His actions served as a beacon of guidance for his companions and all Muslims. This divine command highlights the dynamic nature of Islamic jurisprudence. The Prophet narrated, "I have been commanded to perform Hajj and Umrah together." He also said, "Whoever performs Hajj and Umrah together, it is as if he has freed a slave." These narrations emphasize the significance and reward of combining the two pilgrimages. The performance of Hajj and Umrah together holds special significance in Islam. It represents a heightened level of religious observance. Combining both pilgrimages requires a greater degree of sacrifice and dedication. This act signifies a deep yearning for closeness to God. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Whoever performs Hajj and does not commit any obscenity or wrongdoing, he or she will come out as the day he or she was born, pure and free from sins." The Prophet's willingness to undertake this combined pilgrimage encourages Muslims to continuously deepen their faith. Upon receiving the divine command, the Prophet Muhammad immediately set about fulfilling it. His swift obedience serves as a powerful reminder to all Muslims that true faith requires action. The Prophet's example teaches us that true worship stems from a heart filled with love and reverence for God. It is in moments of complete surrender that we truly connect with the divine. The Prophet's actions serve as a timeless model for all Muslims. The Prophet Muhammad said, "The best among you are those who have the best manners and character." He also narrated, "The strong person is not the one who can overpower others, but the one who can control himself in the face of anger." These narrations guide us in our daily lives, reminding us of the virtues of patience, kindness, and self-control. The Prophet Muhammad's journey towards Mecca was punctuated by moments of divine revelation. One such blessed location was the Valley of Mu'aras. Mu'aras held a special significance in the hearts of the Prophet and his companions. It was here that the divine presence manifested itself, enveloping the valley in an aura of serenity. The Valley of Mu'aras serves as a reminder that sacredness can be found in the most unexpected of places. In the blessed Valley of Mu'aras, the Prophet Muhammad received a divine message in the form of a dream. This dream served to confirm the sacredness of their journey and reassure the Prophet of God's continued guidance. The Prophet heard a voice proclaiming, "You are verily in a blessed valley." This divine message filled him with a sense of profound peace and gratitude. The Prophet narrated, "I saw in my dream that we were in a blessed valley, and I felt an overwhelming sense of peace." Dreams, particularly during times of spiritual significance, are often seen as channels of divine communication. The Prophet shared, "In my dream, I was reassured of God's guidance and the sanctity of our path." The memory of the Prophet's dream in the Valley of Mu'aras was carefully preserved by his companions. One such companion, Salim bin Abdullah, played a pivotal role in safeguarding this sacred narrative. The Prophet narrated, "I saw myself in a dream in the Valley of Mu'aras, and it was a place of great significance." Salim's actions serve as a testament to the importance placed on preserving the memory of the Prophet's life and experiences. Through such acts of remembrance, the spiritual legacy of the Prophet continued to inspire future generations. Salim's dedication highlights the role of oral tradition in transmitting Islamic knowledge and history. The Prophet Muhammad's dream in the Valley of Mu'aras highlights the significance of dreams in the Islamic faith. Dreams are often seen as a means of divine communication. The Prophet emphasized the importance of paying attention to dreams that evoke a sense of peace and divine inspiration. The Prophet's dream in Mu'aras is considered a true dream, believed to be divinely inspired. The significance placed on dreams in Islam, underscores the belief that God communicates with his creation through various channels. The Prophet said, "A good dream is from Allah, so if any one of you sees a dream which he likes, he should not disclose it to anyone except to one whom he loves." He also mentioned, "A true good dream is from Allah and a bad dream is from Satan." The Prophet further advised, if one sees a bad dream, he should seek refuge with Allah from its evil and should not mention it to anyone, for it will not harm him. Entering the state of Ihram, a transformation of body and soul. As the Prophet Muhammad journeyed towards Mecca, he prepared to enter the sacred state of Ihram. This act of purification involved both physical and spiritual dimensions. The Prophet's assumption of Ihram was a profound transformation that permeated every aspect of his being. His actions, words, and thoughts were guided by the sacred laws governing the pilgrimage. The Prophet's meticulous observance of the rituals of Ihram underscores the importance of both the outer and inner dimensions of faith. The Prophet narrated, "Whoever performs Hajj for the sake of Allah and does not utter any obscene speech or do any evil deed will go back as his mother bore him." He also said, "The reward for a Hajj Mabrur, an accepted Hajj, is nothing less than paradise." These narrations emphasize the spiritual significance and transformative power of the Hajj pilgrimage. The scent of purity, debating the use of perfume. The state of Ihram came with specific restrictions, designed to cultivate humility and equality among the pilgrims. One such restriction pertained to the use of fragrances. While the Prophet's wife Aisha narrated that she would scent him before and after Ihram, there were differing opinions amongst the companions regarding the use of perfume during the pilgrimage. Some companions, interpreting the restriction